Shifting focus to another global story at this hour. Now, March 23rd was supposed to be a happy day for the girls of Afghanistan. Their schools were reopening after almost 8 months. They could go back to schools, classrooms and study. But the joy was short-lived. In the middle of a lesson, the girls were asked to go back home. Listening.
And here we have a rule. We have some letters in here, for example.
Secondary school girls have been out of classroom for months now. Schools first closed under the government rule due to COVID-19 when the Taliban took over. They continue to remain closed. Girls were allowed to return only to primary schools. They were banned from secondary institutions in most areas. So since August last year, these Afghan girls have received no education. Some of them haven't returned to the classrooms for over a year. So when the Taliban announced the reopening of schools, they were happy, but this joy was short-lived. The question is, why did the Taliban go back on the decision in the first place? The reason is that the school uniform for these girls, the Taliban says a ruling is still to be made on the uniforms they wear. The uniforms must be in accordance to Sharia law. So schools have been closed again until the Taliban can make up their mind. This chaotic last-minute policy reversal means that the Taliban are still the same. They came to power with talks of inclusivity. But after more than 7 months later, all those promises have faded away. Women have been told to stay at home. Their rights have been stripped away. And decades of progress was undone in just minutes. The Taliban even talked about an inclusive government, one that would represent all sections of the society. But they have managed to leave nearly half of the society out by not appointing any women in the cabinet. The decision has been slammed across the globe. In a statement, United States and its allies call on Taliban to reverse its decision. The West says that Taliban's action contradicts its assurances and call for it to be recalled immediately.
We join millions of Afghan families today in expressing deep disappointment and condemnation with the Taliban's decision not to allow women and girls to return to school above grade 6.
The last time the Taliban ruled in the 1990s, it was hell for women. They banned women from work and girls from school. Women were not allowed to leave their homes without a male relative, and they had to wear the burqa. This time, the Taliban promised greater freedom for women, but it has turned out to be yet another empty one.